Hey guys, what's up? It is day 240 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. We are moving along pretty quickly and rapidly. It didn't feel like it in the beginning when I was doing my first 100 days, which that's what this started from. First 100 days prompted through a meditation session, intuitively prompted multiple times before I followed through. And it was just like 100% real, raw, uncut, unedited daily diary entries on a large platform for anybody to hear. I am here for myself. Number one, to grow and expand and follow my intuition. Number two, I'm here for you guys to share my daily happenings, to share my thoughts and dreams and desires, to also share like cool facts on things sometimes, get on my soapbox and talk a little bit about, bettering yourself and life and all of that. So let's get into day 240. Today's a Thursday. I got up. I was feeling a little bit under the weather, and so I did not do my kettlebell workout, but I did do my vibration plate and my acupressure. Also did my sauna, got the kids to school. Daughter went first. I had a really good conversation with her, connected, and she's doing her theater practice later, so made sure she was all set up for that. And then my son, I got him to school and had another conversation with him too about, all the things that have been going on, and trying to be more responsible and getting his privileges back means hard work, and it means showing me that he's really changing and growing. So that was good. And then I just took the morning to like relax, kind of like try to deep dive into why I was feeling sick. Is there really a deeper reason? And, I did actually, while I was in the sauna, start thinking about what I had talked about yesterday, advocating for my grandmother, bringing up all of those issues and actually bringing them up to my mom and her husband, because they are the ones that my grandmother is trying to protect in this emotional, balance. She's trying to protect their emotions and their feelings without telling them how she actually feels, and how she's, feeling like she needs to walk on eggshells. She needs to lock herself away, have her own space, because she feels like that's the only safe space she'll have. And this is what I'm saying about like listening versus hearing. You can listen to somebody say things like, I need my own space. I need my own kitchen. I need to have a door to close, to lock off, to block myself in here. I don't feel like, it's going to be a vacation, or it's going to be relaxing. I know there's going to be problems. And to say things like, I'm stressed out. I am, just like pushed beyond my limit with this move and everything. So yeah, those are me listening and getting under all of those words to see like the way that things are going. She's sacrificing her peace. And for me to advocate that means for me to go and tell my mom and her husband, hey, this is how she feels. She doesn't want to tell you because she wants to keep the relationship the way it is. And I need to advocate for my grandmother that she needs in her second retirement to be at peace, to be in paradise, to have like happiness and joy, and not feel like she has to lock herself away if, there's a problem. Whatever that might look like, because I don't know. But yeah, in my sauna meditation, that's kind of what came up. And then as I'm driving down the road, taking my son to school, I am thinking in my head, like the dialogue, this is how I'm going to bring it up. This is the words I'm going to say. And I kept seeing angel numbers. And I was like, oh, this is exactly what I'm thinking in my head at the time that I'm seeing all these angel numbers. I saw like 5 or 6 sets of angel numbers as I was driving my son to school, which is only like a 10-minute drive. So it is definitely something that I need to continue to just, move through and move with. So I took him to school, and then I came home, and then I relaxed some more, doing some things around the house. I put all the thrift store items in the car, or actually, let me backtrack a little bit more. It was a pretty busy jump around, hop around day. So I packed up my stuff to go to the Hyper Wellness to do my red light and cryotherapy. In the loaner car, my car was done. So I decided to go do those services and then go to the dealership. And when I made it to the dealership, my car was ready. They put it through the wash. The radiator was covered, which is great. So it's I hopped back in my car, got everything set up for me, and then made my way back home to then load all the thrift store things in the car. And after I did that, I was feeling pretty energized. So I redid my wealth and abundance rituals. I reset my altar, and I did a lot of things in that realm of cleansing and clearing the space. Because I also, during my driving and during my relaxation, I was like, why have I been so sick? Why have I been getting this cold? Typically, I'm not one to get sick really easily, even if other people around me are sick. And I did notice, because of all this stuff with my grandmother and how I was holding in all of that, those feelings for needing to advocate for her, for being upset for the way it's going, that I feel like that created a little bit of sickness in me. So it's fine. It's purging out. It's the physical manifestation of what was happening inside of me. And I will just move through it. I will be better in no time. I sent a text message to my mom just to let her know that I was wanting to have a discussion with her. It's emotionally heavy, and I wanted her to be prepared versus me just jumping into it without her having a preparation. So that's going to happen this weekend. And, I feel better that now I've made that first step in the right direction. I got some stuff done in the house. I just really chilled. And, then my daughter was doing her rehearsal. So I had to pick her up from school and then go to the chiropractor. Now, my son's bus was a little bit late, but it was actually perfectly on time because it was started to rain and the wind was blowing. It was really dark. It was really spooky looking. So I was able to pick him up from the bus stop and drop him at the house before I went to go get my daughter. Because even though he can walk through the weather, I would rather, I'm here, let me pick him up, let me take care of him. So yeah, I got my daughter from school. We went to the chiropractor. We came home. I made dinner for everybody. And we were just settling in. I started to feel really just junky and tired. And my son came down and we watched a movie together. And fell asleep. Didn't actually watch the whole movie. So I don't remember what it was about. And my daughter was sitting down there watching the movie as well. But then I kind of dragged myself up to bed. It was a full day. Lots of really cool things happened. A lot of intuitive prompting. And I feel like I keep just pushing myself to be more in tune with my intuition and with what I'm guided to do. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Even though we were all born perfect, we have gotten away from that. With the conditioning of the world and society and our parents and all the stuff that's been fed to us. So my strive is to get back to perfection, but my idea of perfection is different. My idea of perfection is more childlike. It's more open. It's more flowing. It's more high vibrations all the time. Enjoyment of life all the time. Of course, stuff comes through and it's it ends up, instead of being a roadblock, it's a speed bump or it's a pothole. It just keeps getting smaller, the more that you're open to going with the flow. So I would say, like, yeah, it's definitely a lot of negative things in my life have turned from being roadblocks where I would have just like stopped and not known where to go and what to do and been frustrated and angry and all that stuff, to being a speed bump where it's like, oh, I got to slow down for this. I got to figure out how to like approach it and, go through it. Now it's like, maybe it's a pothole where I see it, I can avoid it, or I can go around it or over it or whatever. It's not going to affect me as much. But yes, intuitive promptings, man, freaking crazy. Angel numbers, like one after another. Oh, it was so crazy. I was laughing out loud, and my son's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I was like, "Dude, do you not see all these angel numbers? It's crazy." And my kids appreciate my crazy and weirdness, and I love them for it even more. So, yes, I am going to actually wrap it up there because it was a long day. It was a full day. Lots of really cool things happened. I'm still just like fighting this really weird cold, and now that I kind of know the root of it, I can laugh about it and say, okay, next time I'm not going to push things down until they become a physical manifestation of like, what pain and suffering is inside, which isn't really that much, but I don't want to be having a cold and sniffling and stuffy, but here I am working through it and physically pushing myself to be healthier, to be stronger, to live longer, to just be like a happier, more perfect, childlike, enjoyable person. So you were here on this ride with me, and we are 240 days in, meaning we are just within the last quarter of that 365-day 1 year loop. And it is going to be so fun to continue to share this experience. And I do apologize because I have been, like I said, not feeling well in the evenings, and that's usually when I post. So there's some days that I've missed posting, which I typically post in the evenings because it's like, for me, it feels better. It feels like the right time. If I post in the morning, it just feels like wonky and weird. So yes, I'm still posting every day, and we're like about 5 days behind, maybe 6 days now. But I love you guys. I thank you so much for supporting me, by listening, by being here, by opening your ears and your hearts and your phones or your computers, whatever you're listening to this on, to me. A lot of these things that just come to me. So whoever's here listening, it's definitely take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I appreciate it so much, all the comments and likes and shares and subscribers. So please do if you feel led. If not, it's okay. I love you guys anyway. And thank you for listening. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.